You stopped feeling, not sad, not broken down, just nothing. And somewhere over the way, you just convinced yourself that it was normal. If you saw the first video on this channel, you know that emotional numbness has a name. Today, we go further. Because what most of the people don't want you to know is that in women, it's not psychological, it's biological. It's happening inside your body. And understanding that changes everything. Hi, I'm Dr. Sunaina. I am a practising gynaecologist with over 12 years of clinical experience. 12 years, thousands of patients. But the number of women who have sat in my clinic describing feelings that most of them have been told to dismiss. Feelings that have a clear, documented and biological explanation is something that I cannot be quiet anymore.
First, let's be exact about what we are talking about. Emotional numbness is not sadness. It is the absence of feeling. You do not cry when you should. You do not feel excited about things that used to matter. You just go through your day. You are functional, but there is a glass wall between you and your own life. Women describe it like this. Like I am watching my life from outside my body. I know I should feel something, I just don't. I went through the motions. I smiled, but I was completely hollow. If any of those sentences felt familiar, this video is for you. Stay with me. Here is what is happening inside you, and this is where most explanations stop too early. Your brain has an emergency response system. When emotional pain or sustained stress crosses a threshold, your nervous system does something intelligent but disorienting. It mutes the signal. Your amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm center, begins to under fire. It is literally turning down the volume on your feelings to protect you from overload. Simultaneously, cortisol, your primary stress hormone, floods the system. And here is where it connects directly to your hormones. Because most explanations stop right here and never make this link. Chronically elevated cortisol actively suppresses estrogen production. Your body, under sustained stress, prioritizes survival hormones over sex hormones. Estrogen gets deprioritized. It drops as a direct consequence of that cortisol surge. And estrogen directly regulates serotonin synthesis and receptor sensitivity. When estrogen drops, even temporarily, even cyclically, serotonin follows. And low serotonin does not always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like nothing. Emotional flatness, disconnection. That is the chain. Stress, cortisol rise, estrogen suppression, serotonin fall, emotional numbness. This is documented neuroscience. This is not mood. This is chemistry. 3 predictable hormonal windows where emotional numbness becomes almost physiologically inevitable in women. And in all 3, women are told, maybe try mindfulness. What actually triggers this? In women specifically. 1. Hormonal fluctuation, particularly in the luteal phase of your cycle, the postpartum period and perimenopause. These are not emotional events. They are hormonal events with emotional consequences. 2. Chronic unrelenting stress. Not a bad week, months and years of cortisol with no recovery window. Your emotional brain protects itself the only way it knows how. It shuts the gate. 3. Unprocessed trauma. Your nervous system stores what your mind cannot handle. And when the storage is full, the system stops accepting new input. Emotional, that is. 4. caregiver burnout, the particular kind that comes from giving everything to children, to a partner, to parents, to work, until there is nothing left of you to feel anything with. I need to say this clearly. Emotional numbness is not weakness. It is not ingratitude for a good life. It is not you being difficult or dramatic or beyond help. And critically, it is not the same as depression. This distinction matters enormously. Clinical depression typically involves persistent sadness or low mood. Emotional numbness is the absence of mood, flatness, disconnection. Now the two can coexist, but treating them identically delays recovery. If your therapist or doctor is treating your numbness the same way they treat depression without investigating your hormonal picture, that conversation needs to happen. Alright, what do you do? 1. Track your numbness against your cycle, not your mood in general, specifically your sense of disconnection. If it consistently peaks in the 10 days before your period, that is a hormonal pattern, not a personality. That changes the approach entirely. 2. Change the language you use with your doctor. Do not say, I have been feeling a bit off. Say, I feel emotionally disconnected. I feel nothing. I feel like I am not inside my own life. That specific language triggers a different clinical investigation. 3. Sensory re-engagement, not meditation. When you are in a dissociative or numb episode, meditation often makes it worse because it asks you to sit with absence. Instead, cold water on your face, strong taste, bare feet on textured ground, physical pressure on your hands. These directly reactivate the nervous system. They work because they bypass thought and hit the body. 4. If this is postpartum or perimenopausal, do not self-diagnose. Do not self-medicate and do not accept it's just hormones as a full answer. The hormonal picture, estrogen, progesterone, thyroid, needs to be properly evaluated, not guessed at, evaluated. To recap, emotional numbness in women is not weakness. It is frequently biological. It is tied to estrogen, cortisol, and your nervous system's self-protective mechanisms. It is not always depression, and it is treatable once you understand what is actually happening in your body. If this is a kind of conversation you needed to hear, subscribe, because every week I am going to keep saying the things that should have been explained to you a long time ago. Drop a comment below. Tell me when your numbness was worst: before your periods, after having children, after years of being the person everyone depends on. I am reading every single one, and your responses directly shape what I cover next.